Welcome to Penarth. Is that how you say it properly? Like, properly? Penarth?
Penarth, yeah.
That's how you spell it.
Penarth. I say Penarth.
Penarth. And explain to the people viewing how, what the connection is there in Wales. Where is it?
Well, technically, if you're from Penarth, you don't see it's Cardiff. It's like right next to Cardiff.
I always say it's in Cardiff.
10
And always
minutes
like, well, technically it's not
it's
in
10
Cardiff.
minutes from the city centre. If maybe 15 if you're on a clear day.
But they have a nice...
It's considered a nice area.
And they have a nice concentration of charity shops.
Yeah, it's also like a seaside town. So not like... It's got a pier. So it's very kind of like, it's the closest...
It's like Brighton, but
yeah,
no, it's not.
But not at all, but like, yeah, anyway.
Yeah. I spotted a Christmas book that was written for Austin, and I thought I'd leave that in.
They're both looking at me, and I'm trying to guess what they're saying. They're just saying I'm grumpy, so...
Yes, that would be accurate. So, first up is PDSA, and for anyone who's watched our videos long term, they will know how much I despise PDSAs.
Oh,
Not because of the charity. We,
You can't like that. That's just out of order. Disliking charities.
Do I not like PDSA or RSPCA?
I'll be honest, I don't care either way.
I know they're both for animals. Either way, their charity shops don't often, hit the spot. That's true, right? How do you feel about them?
There's some Dr. Martens. That's how I feel.
They also Dr. Martens. They were a size 11, but they were also £50.
Wowzers.
Which is, I think, is a bit much.
It's okay if you're buying them for yourself, and I say that a lot, I know, but it is. If you're reselling them, not so much. This was really cool. There were two glove roll, like duffel coats. They were actually really nice condition too, both like beige or cream, or beige, twinsies. But they're 50 quid each, which is still okay, but once again, for a resale, not so much.
I did try and convince Austin, however, that we should both get one, wear them together. He wasn't keen on that idea. Sitting behind was a Thomas Burberry jacket.
This wasn't so bad. And I was looking why. Instantly, I was like, why is this cheap? And there you go. There you go, buddy. That's why. It's got a massive tear.
Thomas Burberry is what one would call a diffusion line of Burberry. Please note, it no longer produces. It was a 90s
yeah, this is like late, like early 2000s. So yeah, yes. You're right. It was more of a kind of 90s.
It was like sportswear line. It was meant to be kinda. Like a sort of like a casual
like more edgy,
wear.
more fashion as opposed to a classic, the classic Burberry. Yeah, exactly that. This was cool.
Can you pronounce the brand there?
How do you remember? No, I can't. This is the brand which has the bags. We'll put a picture of the bag here.
Backpacks.
Backpacks specifically. They do have all kinds of bags, but yes. You're another one we mean.
That was also £50. This wasn't one of those. This was one of those bundle shops, where they buy the bundles in. But it's always worth looking just in case.
This is a gorgeous coat.
This piece, if it wasn't £40, but also if it was the brand sort of, if it was Ralph, it would be like a £300-400 coat.
Yeah, easy.
But it would sell itself. That Aztec, Navajo.
You probably still could have made some money on that, but once again, I'm not paying for. Yeah, exactly. But like you say, unless it's a brand,
it's also not our main game. Vintage is sort of like
if you see like a coat or anything like a shawl or anything like that from Ralph in that kind of print, no matter the label from Ralph. Yeah. There's good money. There's great money.
This shop, we actually met a viewer. Hello.
If you're watching, viewer. Hello. You're very nice.
I think, to be honest, we terrify most people in real life. I think people don't expect us to be like this in real life.
Mental.
Like, absolutely unhinged. They think we're going to be, like, quite normal. We're
not. It's not so much unhinged or mental, but, like, I think some people maybe on their videos are a bit, like, out there because it's quite easy to be out there on a video, and then you meet them and they're quite quiet.
Yeah.
Like, that's happened to us plenty of times.
Unfortunately, we're not. We are just obnoxiously loud in real life.
Annoying.
As we are in video.
Yeah.
Austin found some lokes, and thanks to advice of our very good friend, L1 is made in India, and they would expect a resale of £30 to £40.
They were cheaper loke, if you will.
As we were leaving the facility, Austin spotted something with his
Wait for it.
Hanging in the window.
Oh, it's a beaut. Look at that.
It is a 1997 dated. It's dated at the bottom, where Austin's thumb is. Double-sided Michael Jackson Ghosts t-shirt. For anyone who doesn't know, Ghosts is a short film in which Michael Jackson played a ghost.
Yeah, it was literally a short film. from 1997. Is that the film came out in 1996? This is from 1997. Obviously,
Yeah.
most promo stuff comes out the year after or the year of. This was $29.99, which for a lot of people, for like a t-shirt, would be like wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. This t-shirt goes for average is like £200.
Well, we were looking it up and we were doing our little due diligence, and it appears that there was 3 variations of this t-shirt. There was one with a front graphic,
Which was that?
which was the back graphic on the front. There was one with the front graphic on the back, right?
No,
The front graphic
on the front. So basically, they have the shirt with the front as you've got it, but without the back thing.
Yes.
You've got the back thing on ours, which is on the front with nothing else on the back, and then you've got the double sided, which is the baddest of them all, which happens to be this one.
And it just so happens that our small human loves Michael Jackson, loves him. Don't know why. Well,
No, she does.
He's a musical sensation.
Yep.
But she loves him, so she found this fascinating. Anyway, so we picked this up. So comps are sitting around 200 for this t-shirt. So 30 may seem a lot, but 200 is a nice return. Plus, it's something different to sit in our Depop shop.
Exactly that.
Our vintage Depop shop, that is. It will go on our main eBay, but it will sit in our vintage Depop shop. So we like to keep like a variety of sort of like higher end band t-shirts in that shop to keep it ticking on over.
To keep it interesting too, like once again, like a lot of these things, I'll happily, even if they don't fit me or wear them, I'll happily own, if you know what I mean. Like sorry, go on.
This was an empty Liberties calendar. Well, I thought it was empty. I actually don't check, but these empty. I'll put the comments up. These empty calendars actually do really good money. It was £20 though, which I think for an empty calendar is crazy, but you know. Anyway, back to the t-shirt.
Sorry, no. What I was saying was I don't have a problem owning these t-shirts when they're this cheap. Like £30 for some people might be a lot of money for just a regular Michael Jackson t-shirt. For me, it's always going to sell for a lot more than you pay in there. So as long as you're getting a decent money. Like unless you really have to kind of sell to buy, which to be quite frank, we're no longer at that stage of our reselling kind of journey, if you want. And I like to have like an Iron Maiden or Michael Jackson.
It's nice to have it in the store, in the shop.
There are things I like. Like obviously, a lot of people know I collect vintage wrestling t-shirts. Those things I'll never sell. Not because some of them are worth huge amounts of money. Some of them are worth next to nothing, and they're like maybe like £10 if you're lucky. But to me, it's more about collecting them. And with some of those more expensive shirts, I'm in no rush to sell them. That's what I'm saying. So if it sells, great. But there you go. I'll give it over to you.
I found this Wise jumper and I was sort of freaking out a little bit because I haven't found Wise London in the
Wise with a Y.
Wise with a Y. It's Wise, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Wise, yeah. And this was cashmere blend, so it's 30% cashmere, 70% wool. And I was like, yeah, I found one. It's plain, but it's £9.50, but I found it, Mum. And then I saw that it had rainbow sequin arms.
Amazing.
I know.
In my hand then was a Spider zip up. Spider does really, really well and has done well for ages. My only issue at the moment, unless you're getting a stand-up piece or a real heavy jacket or some cool like ski trousers or something, it does terribly because of TK Maxx.
TK Maxx ruined it. I thought I'd hit the jackpot. Please clarify when they were on the shelf and I was 5 meters away.
Yep.
And then I got closer and all the fun drained out of me, but I've shown Austin anyway. So these are some bootleg Christian Dior. They're vintage bootleg, which is kind of fun. Yeah. So, the monogrammed upper's nice, but they wanted $40.
The sad thing was, that like this is the crazy thing. Those shoes were actually pretty well made. Like as regards to stamping and stuff, forget all that. It's terrible. It is terrible. They're knockoffs. But the actual quality of the shoe, if you took all that out and you were looking at the shoe and saying, is it a good build quality? They were nice shoes.
Yes.
It's just strange sometimes when they're that well built, especially when that would have probably been a 1990s kind of shoe.
I've listed that Wise jumper for 120, just for anyone who wanted to know.
Wowzers!
I'm collecting up. I know it sounds like a weird thing to say, but I'm collecting up Sweaty Betty, Lululemon, Aloe, any gym wear makes.
Pray tell, why?
For January, for when we all get on our fitness vibes. This is a dip hem oversized hoodie. Those are the pieces I'm particularly looking at, like the more interesting pieces. This was £6 and it's pink, which I thought was quite nice. Also, it's on that new label.
It's like a nude though, isn't it? It's like a nude pink.
Yeah, it's a size medium, and I suspect all this was one lady's. I like to think so. Austin didn't show the label of this one because he's useless as a cameraman.
Yep.
And this is Paul and Joe, but it's Paul and Joe's sister, which is the sister brand, so the more ready to wear. It's a really cute, like, cocktail pleated dress, strapless, which is nice. I also found these American vintage. Now, I don't traditionally pick up American vintage because I always thought it was bit crap. However, thick corduroys, they are current season. They're
cuffed as well. Like they have a, what do you call it, like a turn up on them.
Yeah, they're really nice.
But made that way.
Very Lagan looking, oversized, like drawstring waist. They were up for £6, so I definitely got those, and I've listed them for 50. American vintage, just so everyone knows, is actually quite expensive.
They're all, what?
It's quite expensive, yeah.
They're all, like you said, there was a drop crotch, kind of like very Lagan looking, the shape and so on, and that's something else what sold them.
Yes, also in my hand I have some navy blue Hush corduroys. I pretty much pick up anything that is a corduroy that has a brand name because corduroy is fire.
Corduroy and corduroy.
Corduroy. These are Mother denim. Literally like Mother, Mother. Does really well. Very expensive jeans, about $250 to $275 retail. These were some ombre glitter jeans.
They were. Just bring yourself out of like what we're talking about for a second, like as resellers, and it's mad because honestly, some of the costs of some of these items retail, like what you've got sat on there,
it's like
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
So like for everyone who maybe says, "Oh, I never find anything in the charity shop," do you know what? All I can say is, just do some research or just check. If it takes you an hour in one shop, just check every brand, because if it takes you an hour and you find something for £3, which is going to make you 50 or 60 or 70 pound, okay, I know you haven't made £50 per hour because there's shipping and there's this and there's that and the other. What I'm saying is you can make money. It's not a waste of time though. Spend some time kind of looking through brands.
I also listed the Hush corduroys for 30. I've listed those American vintage for 50. The Mother jeans were £4 in this store, and I've listed them for 70. Just because they aren't their classic denim. Their classic denim is the stuff that people, really vibe off of. I said about the Wise 120, and the Sweaty Betty is listed for £50. So in that shop alone, like just off the very top of my head, there's at least £500 resale value.
That's resale?
Yes.
So I'm saying, imagine a retail.
Banging. See you in the next.